Well, for more on this, let's bring in Einar Tangen. He's in Beijing, political analyst who advises the Chinese government on economic and development issues. Good to have you with us. So, Hun Sen heading to China, Cambodian-Chinese relations already blossoming. What more will Hun Sen be seeking, do you think? What will his message be to Beijing?
Well, they're looking for more investment. Remember, Cambodia, although it's one of the fastest growing ASEAN nations, about 7.5%, is desperate in the need of investment. They have a very low, about $1,300 US per year per capita income that translates into about 4,000 if you look at purchasing power parity. But they feel they need to move along. There's a lot of investment, but along with that investment, there are issues, as has been identified. These are not new. I mean, a lot of places where China has gone, there has been a lot of kind of issues with people coming in and kind of overwhelming the local population. But in the end, Cambodia has to figure out a way forward. And right now, that's with Beijing. In terms of anything else, I don't think you'll see much on the security side. They are a member of the, not a member, they're an observer at the SCO, Shanghai Cooperation Organization. They're the only one from ASEAN that's part of that. But I have not heard or do not expect that there will be a lot of progress in that area.
Give us an idea, because, you know, we've talked in broad terms about how important China is for Cambodia's economy. But as a percentage of Cambodia's FDI, as a percentage of its foreign exports, what does China represent?
Well, I think it's about 20%, but you know, you start looking at the industries of Cambodia. The number one is actually the garment industry. It's textiles. That's about 4 billion. Then you have tourism, about 2 billion. And then, you know, the rest of the country is pretty much agricultural. A lot of those products can be going to China. They need the infrastructure to do that. But, you know, they have to get beyond that. These are not just simply areas. They have to start moving beyond, and they want to start processing. Now, they have a development zone in Chinookville, and that is where a lot of factories, Chinese factories, who can no longer afford to make their products in China are flocking there because they have good logistics, especially going offshore, and they have a plentiful labor base that's very cheap currently.
Does that give some cover to Hun Sen's government on some of the human rights issues which it's been taken to task over by the West, for example?
Well, I don't think there's any cover. I mean, there are issues that are brought up time and again. Well, from China's point of view, I mean, I don't think that there's going to be much talk about that. I mean, quite frankly, China is not regarded as a paragon of human rights by the West.
Well, I'm sure from China's point of view that's the case, but I mean from a reality check point of view.
No, I don't think that China is going to be doing that. Right now, I mean, China is not the only friend of Cambodia. The ADB is building enhanced rail in different areas. There are other projects that are there. But China right now is very close. Obviously, Cambodia has been very friendly at ASEAN. It's moved a number of times to block statements that were very not favorable to China, especially on the South China Sea's issues. So I think the relationship is very strong. It's very clear what it is. But there's, you know, China's policy of non-interference will not allow it to go in there and start telling them what they should or should not be doing with their internal country. Their Gini index is quite low. You know, they are making progress. Poverty has been reduced from 50% to about 20%, although many of those are still very precarious.
All right, we'll leave it there for now. Thanks so much for your analysis on that.